Hey y'all. How is everybody doing? Happy Sunday. How many of y'all actually watched that Tide reunion? Thank God it's over. Now I've heard of TGIF, honey, but now we got TGIO. Thank God it's over. So we made it. We made it. Barely made it, but we made it. Y'all, please come in, hit the like button as you come in the door. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please hit the like button as you come in the door, y'all. I have never, ever, ever, ever been more happy for a season of anything to end. This was like watching MASH reruns. This was like watching Mauled reruns or maybe even Newhart. Like it was that bad. It was really that bad. But we survived it. It's over. Like they could not have been more anticlimactic if they actually did just like cook a pot of rice for an hour. I don't know what on earth um they were, they thought was going to happen in 3 episodes. Like literally nothing. There was nothing, y'all. They gave me nothing. But y'all know me. I'm going to make something out of nothing because that's what I do. Okay? Debbie, it was very boring. It was. I got to make something out of nothing. I got to. But now listen, let me greet everybody real quick because y'all know I don't like to start running my big gator until I have greeted everybody, and I do mean everybody who is in the room. We got the beautiful Bianca Edwards. Hello, hello. Hey, Miss MO1. How you doing? You say this should be a good Kiki. Right. We from the Bronx. Boy, bye. Exactly. Just a mess. A mess. God's anointed daughter. How you doing, boo? It's so good to see you. Oh, shoot. BJ Dale's in the house. Hey, sis. What's happening? Happy to be happy. Good to see you. Hazeline. I'm glad you made it. Learning to love myself. How you doing, girl? What's happening? Debbie Garcia. Uh-oh. One of the Debbies in the house. We halfway there. We halfway there. Okay, okay. Miss Sparkle, y'all, our resident Mary Kay lady. This is the lady to call if you need any of that good stuff for your hands, your lips, your skin, your eyes. They even got fragrances, y'all. So y'all need to holler at Miss Sparkle. La Chanel. Hey, baby sis. How are you? So good to see you and glad you made it. Miss Gardner 57. Hello, lovely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. I do. I do. So glad to see you. Uh-oh, there she go, Deborah Randall. That's who else I was looking for. Listen, y'all don't know. I be looking for Debbie and Deborah every Sunday, okay? Hey, Auntie Eva, how are you? Marilyn is here, my sis, my sis. I love you. Glad you made it. Y'all, the beautiful CC Miller is in the chat. Hey, sis, my plum. Hey, my plum. How you doing? Celia Norwood, what a pretty picture. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. And again, how you doing? Good to see you too. All right. Now we into something. Hey, Nona, how you doing? Good to see you, Nona Perkins. All right. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss? Oh no, Kim folk up in here. Hey, Darren Hood, how you doing? DV is here. Hey, DV. Yvette, our sister Yvette, all the way from Birmingham, England. Always a pleasure to see you. The beautiful, the gorgeous, the stunning Niecy Rose is here, y'all. Queen of Hearts KS. How you doing, sis? Always a blessing. Always a pleasure. Keita. Hey, girl. You say finally back for another live. That's right. Hit that like button. I know that's right. Tell them, girl. Tell them. Yet. What's up? It's so good to see you. Okay. We got Catherine Bennett up in here. Hey, girl. Rochelle. All right. Deborah, what you say? You say you rather watch MASH reruns. I missed the first half of this crap show tonight and just pulled it up on the DVR. Girl, it's so horrible. When I say I feel like I have suffered, I need hazard pay after what I just went through with these people. Sin City from NOLA. Girl, don't worry. I'm going to get it over with for y'all. I'm going to try to make it as painless as possible. Even though they tortured me within an inch of my life, they did, I'm telling you. Hey, Miss Glennis. Hey, my sis. X, what's up? What's up? There's my Christian Key. How you doing, baby sister? Love you bunches. Hey, Queen Mermaid. What's happening? How you doing, sis? Uh-oh, the voice is here. Hey, Latavia. What's up, girl? Egypt Nile is in the building. I know that's right. Y'all hit that like button. Don't forget. Miss Ashley, what a pretty picture. Oh my gosh. All right, knockout. What's going on, sis? Good to see you. We got D Marie. Hey, baby sis. How are you? So glad you made it. Nikki Tyler. Hey, lady. How are you? What you say, Vet? You ain't been able to watch it, but you know you'll enjoy the review more than the actual episode. I can promise you that. I can promise you that without even boasting, because I ain't got to do much to make it better than the episode. I promise I don't. When I say these people gave us nothing, they gave us nothing. Like, I don't even have an adequate metaphor to describe how much nothing they gave us. Hey, DH, what's up? Oh shoot, DS in the house. We got DH and DS. We got all the D's, all of them. She said, "Girl, not the mash. They really played us with this, man. Y'all tell me they couldn't have did this in like one of them, hour and 15 minutes or hour and a half episodes. One episode could have did all of this. Nothing happened. David said this should have been one part, maybe with an extended time. That's what I'm saying. Hour 15, hour 30. Okay." It's just, I don't know why they did this to us. This was painful for no real good reason. Just painful. Painful. Pure torture. Oh, God. So we're going to talk about all this nothing. We're going to talk about all this nothing they did. And then I'm going to talk about what the hell they should have been addressing and they did not address. Right. Everybody's responses seem coached by PR. Right. Just uninteresting. Okay, let me say this, because I like the way you put that. It could have been PR, but you know what I think it really was? This was another example of no personalities on the stage. And all these people that didn't want the people with personalities on the show, they forgot to factor in. They were only able to get a moment here and there because they were playing off of real personalities. Now you don't have nobody to play off of. When you look at them. Look at them. Right, Deborah. Nothing from nothing equals nothing. Gotta have something. Cecilia say it was boring and seemed scripted. Everybody was on their best behavior. They could have added part 3 with part 2. They sure could have. Hey, Lel, what's happening? You say you could have had a V8. I would have preferred a V8. I actually like V8, but I only like V8 like if it's ice cold, and I like the original version mainly only. Bakita, hi there. How are you? Straight up. Like, there was nothing. They had nobody to play off of. Like, let's really break it down. Now that we done survived everything. Pasiana, hey, beautiful. Hey, cool gamer, what's happening? Good to see you. So let's look at this thing, right? When Portia was there, everybody was like focused on Portia. Let's go after Portia. Whatever she did that was bubbly or entertaining, we're going to play off of that. If she says something that might be fun, we're going to try to like insult her with it. Everything was based on, hey, Maybelline, everything was based on playing off of the strong personalities. When Nene was there, they all went for her head. Everybody went for the queen. When Nene was on the show, no matter what she said, they went for her. And okay, I'm going to make y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to take you back. Deborah say exactly, not nary a personality to be found. Not one. Not a one. And see, let me tell you what I was talking about, right? Do y'all remember the reunion where Nene kind of like it was the reunion after Cynthia had pulled that crap with Kandi, and then they was over there, talking about when they caught Cynthia saying, I'm gonna just act like I didn't know she was coming, and and Kandi with her I'm mic'd moment. And remember that reunion, Nene was like not giving them nothing. Like, she wouldn't respond. They definitely need to retire the show for sure. She wouldn't respond. She paid them dust. And Cynthia was trying to get like crunk up, hoping she could get a moment off Nene. And Nene was like, oh, well, who cares? Sorry you feel that way. I don't care. And Cynthia was like, you can go to hell. And Nene was like, ooh, listen to her. Ooh, y'all, she cussing. Ooh, just wouldn't give up nothing. You remember that, Nikki? Do you remember how that reunion went? It was like dragging. It was like them trying to drag dead bodies through the sand. Nothing was coming with it. And it was proof. Like, Nene was really proving them. Like, if I don't give you any energy, you don't even have a show. You don't even have a show. And I think that Right. Even that was more interesting because at least then we were at least still entertained by Nene paying them dust. We was at least entertained by Nene paying them dust. Right. Nene said nothing. And when she didn't say nothing, they had nothing to play off or they had nothing to go on. And it was hilarious. And I feel like it pointed out the fact that production and the rest of them heifers were literally doing stuff to provoke Nene for a response so they could play victim, and that was going to be their show. That was going to be their storylines. That was going to be their everything. From the time that lady said, I don't like this contract and I ain't signing it, they have not been able to rebound. That following season, they attacked Portia, bolo, 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 bolo. I don't believe that girl slept with that man a bit more than nothing. I'm sorry. It was whack. It was pitiful. And you know what else? It was a desperation play because they had all planned to poke, prod, provoke Nene and try to get a response and play victim. When that lady stalled out, didn't sign that contract, they got stuck in the mud, and they've been stuck in the mud ever since. Now, fast forward, Portia done pulled herself out of the equation. Now what you gonna do? Who do you attack? Y'all don't have no personalities. And it's so funny. The two main people that was in bed with the producers, in bed with the clear people, Kandi and Kenya, y'all wanted them ladies off the show so bad. Now that the personalities are gone, what have y'all given us? What have you given us? You gave nothing. And you gave so much nothing that them clear people done hired Marlo to be the hitman. And they done coached her so well that she wouldn't even give y'all a moment. This was pitiful. If I must say so myself, this was truly, truly pitiful. Hey, Nadia. Right. I laughed at it too. Like she gave them nothing. It was nothing. Absolute dust. Child, Nene don't need their little peaches. No, keep your little funky canned peaches. Mm-hmm. Right, Nisi. That was the first dry reunion. Because, okay, let's really think about it. There were no reunions. Nene created the reunions. We have reunions for these shows because of Nene Leakes. And then not only did it stay with Bravo, it went on to other networks, including and not limited to VH1 and Zeus. But yet and still, that black woman can be creative and innovative and have ideas, and people can turn around, steal her intellectual property, including the Ultimate Girls Trip, which is almost like an all-star situation that Nene was talking about way before they ever did it. And then they'll turn around and pretend like that black woman ain't contributed nothing. But, you know, I digress. I ain't going to get all into it. Oh, shoot, look at Drinker with the blonde weave. Okay. DT, hey. Say, yes, I remember that. And Nene did not give them 1 inch and they were mad. Please like this video as you walk in. They were extremely mad. There was nothing they could do. Say they wanted Nene to turn into Nene so bad. They did. And that's what happens if you have a strong personality. People will literally try to goat you into some stuff just so they can play victim because they don't have your shine. And I mean, I shouldn't have to sell this to none of y'all. Y'all know this. Some of y'all in here right now got family members that they jealous of you. Some of them got more money than you, more everything than you, and they still jealous of you because your shine is that big. Even though you haven't got where you going yet, they see your potential. They see that you got more shine than them, and they will literally try to provoke you into stuff just so they can run to the rest of your family or friend group and pretend like you doing something to them because they're trying to dull your shine that desperately. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. We've all seen it before. Like, this ain't new. I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's what we saw. And now we're looking at the demise of this show, and it's pitiful. Cecilia say, I remember that Nene refused to be a part of that, and 50 Cent was trying to hold her peach by attacking Nene. That's true. It didn't work, but she sure tried it. Hey, Miss Peaches N.O. That's all right. Girl, it's in the toilet, but it's like that one piece of boo-boo that won't go down. You just keep flushing it. You just keep popping back up and floating. That's why I say this show is a floater. It's a freaking floater. Saying and even Andy said, she said with all her looks, and not even Andy, she said, okay, I think I know what you mean. Y'all know sometimes I get stuck with the words, how you type them. Yeah, them old funky canned peaches. Them 59-cent a canned peaches. Yeah, the way food prices done went up, you might even can't get them cans for 59 cents no more. They might be a whole $1. Yep, canned peaches. That's what they got. Instead of holding the peach, they need to be holding a can. and not even their money. It need to be them great value, pure great value. Darren said we didn't need no 3-part reunion this year. We needed a one and a possible, like a spade hand. I mean, because it's a great idea, and they still ain't gave Nene her flowers even after they stole her idea. And I'm gonna go on and pick at them tonight because this is just sad. This is proof. This is proof. Miss MO1 say, look at Todd and the church hat perch just so on his head. Bless him. He looks so ridiculous. He looks so ridiculous. There was no hope, no help for him. It's like his shoulders. I think his shoulders done shrunk, y'all. I think they shrunk. Zelene, you got a first cousin like that? Girl, I got several first cousins like that. Nikki say, just when Andy asked Nene, Portia just pour out her heart to you, and Nene said, oh, really? Right. Girl, when I say I love that, let me tell you something. Those are TV moments that you can't get with nobody else. Don D say, I truly believe Marlo behaved because someone put a bug in her ear not to go there with him. Oh, yeah, Andy put the bug in her ear, Don D. I'm telling you, you couldn't tell he was working with Marlo. Him and Marlo is besties at this point. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Nacho Twins mama. This show is a floater. It's a floater. Hey, nephew. It's a floater. That's what it is. DT say it needs to be them canned peaches that are so cheap it's at the back of the supermarket. Not the scratch and dent cans. Don't tell me it's a scratch and dent can. Miss Peaches say they could have did the reunion virtual. They could have. Say them peaches expired 5 years ago. Bet not eat them. Bet not. Bet not. Debbie said, appreciate you. Andy couldn't get her to talk, and her look said everything. That's true. That's true. You on point with that, sis. Because they couldn't get her to say nothing. Andy did everything but beg her to go off. Beg her to say something. Beg nothing, honey. Nothing. Rancid, rotten peaches. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Yet say you could tell Sheree is happy to she finally is getting attention now that Nene isn't around. But what attention are they giving her? Clowning her? Did you, or was it just me that heard Drew say she still ain't done? Is that what that was? Because I thought I heard that. Saying the other ladies know. I'm telling you, but I really feel like that. Her and Andy is bosom buddies at this point. Yeah, child. DT talking about them clearance peaches, child. Clearance. Hey, Dora. DT said, did Marlo give Andrea a coke hen a man to, I can't read that. Oh, my. Deborah said, remember the next season, they were all pissed that Portia and Nene made up in Greece. They were. Kandi wouldn't stop making fun of Portia crying. I'm telling you. They wanted that lady to just be constantly going off so they could all sit up and play like, oh, me and Nene doing something to me. They was real pissed off with it. Real mad. I know they was sitting over there punching the air when Nene and Portia was on live and on social media at the Usher concert, in the car, partying and stuff. I know they was punching the air. Yeah, she did. I know I heard her say that. Talking about she still ain't done yet. And she ain't. Then set up there and put all them Sheen clothes on there and ironed on a logo. Lala said them peaches are poisonous. If you eat them, you might end up with amoebic dysentery. Madam, take 30 seconds. You already started. Nikki say they making a fool out of Brooke Sheree. They are. And the fact that she was trying so hard to push it, she made herself look ridiculous. And they put his money on the wrong horse. Marlo ain't it. I beg to differ. I think, honestly, Deborah, I think Andy did exactly what he intended to do, was to make those two that they trying to, really manipulate look stupid. Watch and see if it don't be something funny with them contracts, at least with one of them. I believe Andy did exactly what he meant to do. Yet say she had the nerve to do an interview explaining why her clothing line looked that bad. Girl, we done talked about her with her line self. Debbie say they trying to make Marlo the next Nene, and that's not happening. I think it was partially that, but I think it's more to it. Honestly, I think the plot is way more sinister. We're going to talk about it, but I think they got a way more sinister plot than what we was thinking. Even than what I was thinking. I think it runs deeper. Yet say they can never say what Nene has ever done to make them not like her so much. All she did was exist. She existed, and they were just there. And that's all it took. So let's get into this show. I guess I need to do my disclaimer. If you have a fave on this show, be aware that I do not. So absolutely anybody, and I truly mean that absolutely anybody can get it. So again, if you have a fave on this show and you can't stand for them to get what's coming, run. Because I don't have a favorite on this show. I don't like none of these women. And you might be about to figure that out real quick. I'm just saying. I just figured I'd put that out there. Because, I always get somebody in the replay, oh, you don't like my fave. You hate my fave. I don't hate none of them, but I don't like them because they're not nice people. Deborah say, who told Kandi that brown braid was the thing to do? I don't understand it. Girl, me neither. I can't give you no insight. Say, I want to see Nene and Marlo together. I would love to see the dynamic of their friendship. I wouldn't, but I understand what you're saying. Miss MO1 said, I'm still trying to figure out how Marlo was being thirsty and bought her way on the South Africa trip by paying for her own trip to South Africa. If anything, it shows Marlo has money because that trip was money. It was, and we're going to talk about that because it was basically Todd had to walk that lie back. Thank you, Deborah. See, this is why I love Deborah. Deborah say, I dislike them all. They can all go. Yes. Strong J. I agree. DT say, I do believe Andy and Marlo probably shared the same man. You are nuts, and I love it. Thank you, Deborah. See, again, this is why I love Deborah. Marlo does not deserve Nene's friendship on any level. But in true Nene fashion, she always dealing with people that she should have been cut off. But, none of my business. What can I say? Nene is fabulous, and I'm just here. But I really wish she would cut people off that treat her bad. I really do wish that. I truly wish that. But anyway, moving right along. See? Great minds think alike. Nisi agree too. Lala say, PSA, we do not play favorites for the review segment on the porch. If you're sensitive, buckle up your seatbelt, sign the RHOA family. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. One more comment before we start this review. Cecilia said, Andy knows that show is a sinking ship. So this is why they want to bring Portia. He knows the rest would never be a Nene, so he would use Portia's storyline to bring excitement to the show. Nene already said, what we see of Marlo we already haven't. You got to retype that, baby. I can't figure that one out. And is going to get his karma. Why didn't he bring up Nene? Because she was part of that story in South Africa. I mean, because every time he bring up Nene's name, we clown him for bringing up her name. And is figured it out. Keep that lady name out your mouth. Y'all didn't want to respect her, don't use her. Bianca said, now, wait a minute, DT. We ain't even got to the review yet, and you got to go to the corner. Him and Lala, they always do this. They start off cutting up and staying in the reflection corner. So listen, this dry situation, the first thing that I thought was halfway interesting was that a viewer had a question, and I still believe these ain't no viewer questions. These Andy questions because of the way they cut, right? The viewer asked Sheree basically like something to the effect of, did she think Fat Toon went too far? And basically, in my opinion, I feel like Sheree was trying to make excuses for Fat Toon and trying to defend her behavior and trying to, accuse Drew like, oh, well, you didn't know me either. And, just deflecting, typical Sheree fashion. She can't never own up to nothing. Anytime it's a chance for her to be a stand-up girl, it's just not in her nature. She full of crap and she can't help herself. Okay? Say right, and the question was too detailed. Right, for that question to be detailed like that, sis, I'm sorry. Everything in my body is telling me Andy wrote that question. I feel like Andy wrote a lot of them questions. But the long story short, Fat Toon did do too much. Okay, she did way too much, all the way down to stealing that girl's purse and running around and doing all this, doing all that. The way it was detailed and laid out, the way it was phrased, that was Andy. I'm not putting that on the screen, DC. Talking back, I'm still crying over the fact her name is Fat Tomb. Yes, because I'm gonna call her Fat Tomb forever. That's the only name I got for her. Good old Fat Tomb. So anyway, everybody, it seemed like everybody on the stage agreed that Fat Tomb did too much with background checks and all this other stuff. And Drew always make herself sound silly trying to explain, why this and why that. I don't, personally, if you ask me, I don't feel like none of them aliases really had anything to do with Ralph. I think if you look up somebody, it's gonna pull up every name associated with that person. Period. It doesn't mean he was using the name. And they was talking about the Danielle or the Darlene, and Marlo Crazy Butt gonna jump in. She said, "Well, hell, I'm Latoya," and I laughed. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of chuckled at that because, when she said that, Kenya ain't said Pim. Like, she made herself look like a donkey, and we ain't heard too much else from Kenya the rest of the time. Lala say Andy is always Coca-Cola. Definitely wrote them questions. He is the viewer talking about the viewers want to know. Right. He is viewers. He is definitely viewers. He's viewers. So that was funny. They got on past that or whatever. Then Andy mentioned Sheree's tweet that she put talking about this BB stealing props from the shows that she don't get hired for. And Drew made a point that doesn't make sense. And Andy was like, it makes sense. It didn't. How the hell she get to the props to steal props from shows she didn't get hired from? If she could get to the props, that would mean she got hired. It was really dumb. But Andy really wanted that to be a moment that fell flat too. Like that ginger ale Big Mama them used to give you when you had the runs. So anyway, moving on past that, they went to talk about the fact that Sheree actually visited Drew after she got injured. I thought that was nice too, even though it was nice, but it was also phony as hell. I think that's just Sheree. She can't help herself. And Andy asked where they stand now. And she was like, well, we don't stand nowhere. They still here. They both well rested, whatever. So during the break, they kept going. This is after they supposed to been on break. What you say? That part killed me, not stealing props. Yeah, I was just like, what is Sheree talking about? Half the time when Sheree try to throw a line out there, it just don't never land. Yeah, it never lands. I was like, oh, Sheree. And I do think she's a pretty lady, but she always looks so corny and strained when she's trying to push for a moment. Sheree's best look is when her mouth is closed. I swear she looks stunning with her mouth closed. But anyway, so during the break, Sheree started accusing her of hiring Anthony because of his connection to her and this and that. And so Drew pointed out another very good point. And let me just say, it is amazing when Drew Sidora is the voice of reason. Y'all please hit the like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. When Drew Sidora is the voice of reason and logic, you need to go and re-examine your entire life. Because Drew was like, you telling me not to believe what he say, but then you telling me you believe what he say. Like, it doesn't make sense. Say Sheree best line was 13 years ago. Amen. Amen. And not another line since. Not another line since. Say it never lands because it gets picked up by Air Pay Her PPP loans flight 069 to Neverland. You so crazy. Sheree is pretty, but she's so vapid. She is. The poor baby is just obtuse. But anyway, but she real pretty. That's what we can give her on the porch. She real pretty though. So anyway, it was just real whack. First of all, what the hell make you think this girl gonna hire somebody? And let me, not just what make you think. Can we talk about how illogical this is, right? So she claims that the man was never her assistant. She never hired him. She never owed him no money. Okay, cool. If that's the case, how could Drew hire him for his connection to you? How would he have a connection to you if you claim you never hired him and you never owed him no money? Y'all see how that worked? She hired him because of his connection to me. That's what I think. And on the other side of her neck, I never hired him. He was never my assistant. So what the hell was his connection to you, ma'am? What was his connection? Sheree is like, Sheree makes me tired. It's like she tells the lies of a 7-year-old. Sin City from Nola say, prove Sheree didn't finish any school. Pitiful. She couldn't have. At this point, I'm starting to question the GED. I'm questioning the GED at this point. Yeah, say that whole Anthony segment was a waste of time. It was. Oh God, it was. It was so whack. But anyway, so then it went showing the husbands behind the scenes. All of this was just like it was an infomercial. So Todd back there acting like, he's the cool uncle, he's in charge of the boys. Yeah, she can't never land the plane. Ever land the plane, la. You on point. Hey Emma, what's up, girl? Never can she land the plane. But so the guys is back there, they talking to whatever, and Todd talking about, basically all of them was talking about what they can expect when they get out there, and about Ralph and the massage and the gaslighting, and I'm tired of hearing about that. And Todd was like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna get questions like, do your wife take care of you? Are you the wife and she the husband? Blah blah blah." Of course, people gonna say that because look at you. Look at you. My only critique for those type of comments is that ain't no way in hell he could be the wife. He is the foster kid. And he's like, "Oh, I've been broke every year on this show." Because you are, sir. Those businesses that you're boasting about, those are businesses started with your wife's money. Like everybody sees you, Tadrika. I'm tired of Drika pretending that you got money or that you're successful. The only successful thing you did was marry Kandi Burris. Period. Auntie Eva says Sheree lies so much she can't keep him straight. It's tiring. It is. It's very exhausting. It's starting to give me why she's single. Because again, Sheree is pretty. She's got a cute shape. She's in shape. Her skin is good. Her hair be all right 75% of the time. I think it's that she tells these ridiculous lies, and then she can't even like come clean when she gets caught. Nikki says Sheree should have used her mother gone missing. Should have been her storyline. She's a big A liar. I feel you, but misspell your cuss words, sis. Misspell your cuss words, okay? So she can barely fly one. Oh Lord, that's why she can't land it. Sheree is very disappointed, but Sheree has always been disappointing. Like at this point, I would be shocked if I wasn't disappointed. His mother-in-law put that out there. She sure did, and we've been watching the fact that Mama Joyce ain't told now lie. Yeah, this should have been a one-part reunion. It should have been. Not the paper plane. Tadrika's most successful thing was open his legs for the strap-on. Ooh, DT. 45 seconds in the reflection corner. Just go. Sheree cool till she talk. I told you she looks stunning with her mouth shut. She's the best. Girl, you good. Just put $$sign or something. That's cool. I don't care. I ain't policing people's speech. Y'all can talk. Just, misspell it. That's all. But anyway, so then they come back. The men come out. Everybody in white, like dressed up like the Platters. And Todd come out with this black suit with gold lame splotches on it. What the hell was that? First of all, somebody should tell Todd, putting on stuff like that, it highlights how little you are, sir. It highlights how little you are. So tiny. Yeah, Bravo keep wasting their money with Sheree, but they desperate. They didn't have nobody else to come on there. Because what I've been hearing is that it's hard to get people in Atlanta who's somebody to actually go on that show. Deborah say, didn't Thelma go missing 3 years ago? I thought it was before the panic. Yeah, it was. It was way back. They couldn't have brought that on the show. Thelma was actually on the show this season, so they couldn't have used that. Todd laid back waiting on Candace's money. That's exactly what he doing. Ooh, he looked like Deputy Dog. DS, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So they came out there and he's like, "Oh, I'm the lead singer. They the backup." And I'm just like, boy, tell the truth. They told the men to wear white so they could look nice next to their wives, and ain't nobody told you nothing. Period. I don't know. And I'm kind of bothered that they don't see what's happening. It bothers me that they don't see what's happening, because Bravo is definitely playing everybody on that stage. Lala says Tadrika is the part of the bite-sized Snickers crew, just like the dummy and the leprechaun. You know what? Now they could start a group. Tori Staines, the baby, and Todd, they could start a group. Not he looked like a tapeworm. Go take 30 seconds and think about that. That gold foil look like the ones I use on my nails. That's exactly what it looks like. You know how we put the gel polish and then hit it with that gold leaf, yes. That's exactly what it looked like. And it looked ridiculous. Them big splotches. Big splotches. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into the clothes. Y'all know the clothes have me emotional, so I'm not going there. So then Andy gonna ask Todd about his beard, like what's the end game with your beard? First of all, you got Andy Cohen clowning you about that ridiculous beard. And it is ridiculous. It looks extremely ashy and extremely stupid. It does. And then he went to asking Ralph where he can get a massage. And then he was dumb enough to ask Aaron, like, how does this compare to the Super Bowl? How could sitting in a room with a bunch of poorly dressed women and a munchkin, I'm sorry, two munchkins, because Ralph ain't that big either. How could that compare to that man being on one of the biggest platforms on the planet? Like, Andy really, really thinks way too much of that show. It's just, Todd in that black suit, that black beard, just not photogenic. It made him look really, really tiny. You say that's the Smurfettes right there. If they make a group, they could be the Smurfettes. Y'all give me the name of the group that you know for Todd, the baby, and Tori Staines. What would be the name of their group? Nisa say they would be the Smurfettes. That's a good name. They could be the Smurfettes. They could be the Chipmunks. They could be 3LW. They could be a lot of stuff. Y'all come up with some good names for them. Help them out. DT say looking like a whole footpath with his patchy beard. It was horrible. It was horrible. And yes, it definitely looked like Peter Griffin on Family Guy. The beard was definitely as large as his face. It was. But they went ahead and did that. Andy asked Aaron and Ralph, did they get, oh no, the elves? The littles. Oh, I like the littles. I like the littles. The littles work. Oh, DT say Tadrika and the toddlers. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I like that. I like that. Yes, the littles. The littles really kind of like, that did it for me. But I like Tadrika and the toddlers too, if I'm gonna be real. But Andy asked them, did it affect their friendship? And they basically let it be known like they stayed out of the women's business. If only Todd could. If only Todd could. Lala say, I would just call them another bad creation, like that little group that sang Aisha. Not the little group, another bad creation, ABC. Oh my God. They should call them 5 feet or 3 feet. I like that. What else could they call them dudes? The Oompa Loompas. They could call them a little situation, a little problem. Yeah, I like that. Elf on the shelf. The elves on the shelf. I like that. Oh, Ross is definitely a nice looking man. Son, you got a nice looking husband now. Say, put your band names for Tadrika and his band. Yeah, 411. 411 is good. 411 is good. So y'all keep them coming. Them some good ideas in case they see it, they can use them names. Lord, Egypt say the little mofos. I'm through. I'm through with y'all. No, not half and half. Let me keep going because y'all about to make me, get invested in naming the group, and I'm gonna forget the review. So anyway, they basically stayed out of the women's stuff, and then they asked about the baby situation. Aaron was like, well, he talked to his mama to try to get an understanding, and him and Sonya got on the same page. Blah blah blah. Lord, not stuck in puberty. Not tiny tattles. Oh man, y'all clowning. Let me quit looking. So to me, I'm like, don't nobody care about that. If y'all gonna have a baby, have a baby. And then Andy asked him how he felt about what Kenya said about him being aggressive, because that was really, really disgusting. Yes, menaces to society. Yes. Just a little bit dangerous. Then maybe that's a good name. A little bit dangerous. But anyway, I like the way Aaron answered it, because Aaron was like, I understand what she was saying, but I don't feel like that was really the right thing to say. And it wasn't. And I feel like Kenya knew exactly what she was doing. And it was so funny. And Kenya went to backpedaling and oh, he knows I don't think that. I never thought that about him. And I admired the way he stuck up for his wife. No, you didn't, because we heard you. Dang, Yvette, I like that one. I do. Oh man. Not old edition. I like it definitely. That's what's up. Yeah, she went to backpedal and talk about she admired the way he stuck up for his wife. Girl, you called him aggressive, angry, said he was cursing, threatening. You did all that. Lord, step stool steppers. I'm through. Mm-mm. The step ladders. But anyway, so she backpedaled or whatever. Then they moved on. Um, that was boring. Like it really wasn't a lot there. It really wasn't a lot there with the men. Um, so that was kind of that on that. They moved on to yeah, Zaleen, you absolutely right. Kenya is a liar, but at least we all know she's a liar. She always delivers. She always delivers. Yeah, I like Aaron. Aaron is a nice guy, even though Kenya really tried to pull a black Karen on him and tried to label that black man like. And I think she thought Bravo was gonna jump on it and run with her, and it didn't go that way. Nikki says, Sonya know darn well she not gonna have a baby. She just want another season. Right. I agree she might not, but if she do, they marry. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how that's a storyline. Married people have babies. That's kind of what married folks do. Yeah, she went to backpedaling. Yeah, Kenya tried for a moment. That time she wasn't. I think she was just hoping that everybody moved past it and didn't point out what she really tried to do. Lil Tard in the heartbeat. The Cabbage Patch Kids. I'm through. Yeah, he's a good dude. Straight up good dude. So then they get over there to the they get over there to the to Kandi, and they talking about they did her little recap, and that was also extremely boring. Okay. um she's basically, oh, she trying to even the playing field for African Americans in the theater. Girl, you ain't even in the playing field for nobody. This is for you. Stop trying to make it about all African Americans. Don't blow no dog whistles. Don't try to like signal for people to come in for you. Talking about she want an EGOT, you know, the Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, and the Tony. Like, you got the Grammy, but you ain't getting no EGOT. This just not happening. But I thought it was real interesting, and they was like, "Oh, she's got the G. All she needs is the EG and the EO and the T." What you mean? All she needs is the EO and the T. People who work in film and in theater forever wait and work to get a Tony. You just jumping in there don't mean you gonna get one. You ain't nowhere near Emmy. You ain't nowhere near Oscar. But I guess it was just something to say, so she said it. They played the clip. They played the clip with her Billy Goat crying about the play getting shut down, and then they, did the recap about the talk about the trust funds and the will and all that. Okay. So anywho, and then they also, this was the thing. They also played the clip. Why do I keep saying clip? Maybe I'm thinking about these little crips. I don't know. But they played the clip with her good friend Kenya saying that, how about a playbill instead of pasties, butt cheeks, and balls in mouth? It was funny because Kenya didn't address it. Neither did Kandi address it. And I'm sitting here like, boy, production letting y'all know how y'all talk about each other. Then Andy went to talking about the vibrating drawers, and Andy said he wore the vibrating drawers, and Kandi didn't know he wore the vibrating drawers, and Marlo was hitting the button on him. I told y'all, him and Marlo is way too close for my taste. Nikki said them Grammys she got ain't got no value to them. They got value. I ain't gonna say that now. Lord Daphne done got a name for them, the Lollipop Kids. I know that's right. The Blow Pops. But anyway, they way too close, with the hitting the button and the panties and stuff. And Sonya was like up there talking about, well, I liked the panties until I found out Ralph was holding the remote. Like, that was just so, oh God. Randa say, only, therefore are only, are you saying like so far there are only 16 EGOT winners? Kandi is quite ambitious. Kandi is delusional. I figured that part out, sis. How you doing, Randa? You know me, I sit there and try to figure it. Deborah said that EGOT thing had me confused. She has the G from 20 years ago and nowhere near the G, the T, or the O. I mean the E, the T, or the O. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. It was just something to say. It was just something to say. Marquise Register, hey boo, say I was bored and disgusted with the vibrating underwear. I was too. It was gross. It was so gross. Yet say the straight played Todd with their list of assets. He looked defeated. He did. Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Let's talk about what didn't happen, what they didn't address. Was I the only one that looked at his face and Kandi's face and just could see that they were just not happy to be there at all? They wasn't happy to be there. They wasn't having no moments. Todd looked completely uninterested and like down in the dumps. Kandi looked like she was perturbed and angry the whole time. Like they looked completely like they were just for being forced to be there and gave nothing. They had nothing to give. Lala say the situation with the panties was the only time I agreed with Kenya wholeheartedly. Me too. Who wants to be around somebody's husband or significant other doing things like that? The Billy Goat is classless as hell. As hell. Why would you get a remote to somebody else? Like somebody want another man playing with their wife's stuff. And then Aaron was saying he didn't know nothing like that. He didn't know who had the remote until tonight. So all that time he was completely unaware that Ralph was pressing a button to stimulate his wife. Like that was just so trifling. So trifling. DT say, yeah, their faces look like Will and Kate at the Queen's funeral. Okay. Hey, Vita from Denver. Hey, Shanika C. So, I mean, I don't know. I paid attention to that. It was a bit much, but I did pay attention to that. They asked him, I think it was a viewer question about why Marlo be attacking people's relationships, and Marlo apologized saying, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said nothing. I feel like all men cheat. Well, she did say she don't have no good relationship with men, and I could see her feeling that way, but she really should mind her business about other people's relationships. But on the flip side, don't nobody mind their business on their show, so I don't know why she should have to mind her business and everybody else steady talking. But it really ain't giving nothing. I'm just going to say that. Deborah say, I agree. Todd and Kandi don't appear to have any connection at all. They don't. Baby, they got all the chemistry of a pet rock. Nikki say, you remember when Nene said, I don't care if I strip, it was in my, if I strip, I was in my 30s or 40s. I don't want no dildo up my A. Yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah, Nene wasn't with that bull crap either. You crack up every time you hear about the Billy Goat. Well, she did it. Hey, Rita. Yeah, Kenya did look lost. She did. It was like they got blindsided. I'm going to tell you what I think threw Kenya all the way at the park. When production did her like they did her with that Marlo thing, because she was going to have her a lot of tell, and you know, some people was going to believe it. Some people was not going to believe it. Marlo would have tried to go to social media to prove her point. Some people would have believed it. Some people would have still said she lied. And instead of production letting her have that moment, I'm not saying they should have, because it's not cool to lie on people. However, instead of production allowing her to have that little win, that little moment, production, whoever she told, hurried up and got a copy of Marlo's birth certificate and like took the win out of her sales. I think what we saw with Kenya, it was her looking off, but I don't know if she was really lost. I think she was lost in thought, trying to figure out, like, why would they tell her and then prepare for it? You know? Randa say they at work, so that borders on sexual misconduct. It does. It does. It really does. It's just really creepy. Really creepy. Catherine say a group trip is a horrible time to find out you have a product defect, Kandi. I hate when I have to agree with Kenya. Right. But Kenya was right. Kenya was right. I feel like Kandi passed out the remotes to the wrong people on purpose. She's kind of gross like that. Don D say it looked like a setup on Kandi and Todd. When they played back how her and Marlo was at it, I noticed everything Marlo and Sheree said was played, but not really Kandi. Production got her good. Yeah, they did. I don't know. I wonder if maybe what we saw in Candy's face was maybe she was realizing that production was trying to play her. Say Candy, Todd, and Kenya look like they got their walking papers already. But I don't think so because I think I heard that Candy's coming back on the show. But what is the contract going to look like? And then we don't know whether Kenya's going to get invited back. We don't know what they're going to do with these people's contracts. But I feel like Bravo is plotting on these black women. I believe that. Deborah say Marlo can man all the business she wants. She just needs to stand 10 toes down in it. That apologizing irks my soul. If you bad enough to say it with your chest. Well, she did say it with her chest, Deborah. I think what we saw was strategy. And I think what we saw, the reason I feel like I think we saw strategy, follow me on this, right? I feel like Marlo apologizing quickly and saying, oh, I was just talking. I shouldn't have said that. I think what that did was took all the wind out of their sails. They weren't able to have a moment at all. What were they going to do? Yell and scream while she said, yep, I really shouldn't have said that. Nope, I'll be nicer from now on. She took all of their ammunition. I feel like her and Andy and them executives is playing a game. I feel like I see a bigger picture going on here. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm stuck in my conspiracy theories, but I really feel like I see a bigger picture. Cecilia said, just returned. I appreciate that Marlo did admit when she get bad. Anything may come out her mouth, and she did apologize to him. But I feel like the apology was a strategy. It was a maneuver. I don't believe that was no real apology. I think she was playing. And I think that Andy put her up to it. Hey, Michael Morris say, seriously, how protected is Marlo? Andy can't protect her and the Fox Force 4 forever. The bias is sick. What is the Fox Force 4? I don't know. I'm confused. You might have to explain that. The bottom line is I think Marlo is doing their dirty work. Marquis say, I didn't like how Kenya was not held accountable at the reunion. But they didn't really hold nobody accountable, Marquis. Think about it. All that dirt that Kandi did talking trash behind people back, they really didn't hold her accountable. They fake held Marlo accountable. And I do mean real fake, because that wasn't real. They fake held Marlo accountable. They didn't hold Drew feet to the fire. They kind of like addressed some of Sheree's stuff, I think, because it was just so ridiculous that they couldn't help it. And you believe what I'm saying? Like, because I don't think I'm too far with that. I think they really playing a game. Don D say, I'm with you on the Marlo thing. She would normally go back and forth with no problem. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. If all this time you've been mouth almighty, tongue everlasting, you done been on the reunion shoveling straight graveyard dirt, and you was just a friend of the show. All of a sudden now, you giving beauty pageant answers. I'm not falling for it. Yeah, she reversed it on them, and I think it's a plot. Hey, True Wisdom 13 says, it seems like Marlo was coached. Yes. And what to say, she beat them at their own game. She did. Deborah say, but with that, it left the reunion dry and no one wants more. I think that's exactly what the idea is. So they'll be able to flip it back and say, well, we got to lower y'all's pay, or we can only offer y'all this much. Look how the reunion went. Y'all ain't really give nothing. I think they use that girl, goat them, make them look ridiculous, show every time they lie all season long. And then when they get to the reunion, when they supposed to be able to do the get back, to be able to get their get back, they coached Marlo so that they couldn't get no get back and took all of the wind out of their sails. You know what I'm saying? Lala say, even if it's not going to happen, I feel like they ordered Phaedra to bring her back. I would like to see Kandi response because I really don't feel like Phaedra was lying. I don't feel like Phaedra was lying either. Hey, Chocolate Sunshine. Randa says the Fox Force 4 is RHOA Beverly Hills. Oh, you know I don't watch them Clear Women. I don't know. You know, I don't know nothing about them people. That's probably why I didn't know what that meant. Catherine said, I feel that they probably worked out their back and forth just for her to apologize. Right. I'm telling you, y'all, that looks so fake and set up. Marlo didn't even sound like even partially genuine when she said none of that. Y'all can trust Marlo if you want to. Nikki say Marlo knew Kandi before Housewives. She know Kandi better Marlo just pulled a Macy Gray. This is Andy Cohen with his hand in her back. I'm sorry, I believe it. Say, I see your point. I can't recall a moment where Marlo lashed out this reunion at all. At all. I'm telling you, this was a plot, y'all. Yeah, it was a very sorry reunion, and I think they plotting to try to play with these ladies' money. It reeks of mess. Michael says the mean girls from Beverly Hills. Okay, yeah, because I don't know them. Say people call them that. If you watched the latest episode, I'd have been pissed. Trust me. I might actually try to watch that episode to see what happened. Cause I can't get into Beverly Hills. They bore the hell out of me. They bore the entire hell out of me. Even before now. Like, I don't know if they ever had a heyday, but I couldn't get into it. Yeah, Damage Control. But Rita, when has Marlo known the game? Marlo's not that bright. You really think Marlo thought that up on her own? Yes, Nikki, them beauty pageant answers. That wasn't authentic. It wasn't genuine. It was fake as hell. Yet, say I like Marlo's energy when she was a friend because she come with the shade at an unexpected time. Yeah, I guess. Marlo waiting for Portia to come back. That's if she does. That's a big if, but I believe that too. Say exactly. Marlo was giving beauty pageant. Right, and she's never been that girl. Thank you, DT. It sounded so fake. It made her face look like it was overdosed with Botox. Right. Facial muscles barely move. Michael say, honestly, if Portia does return, I want her to be on a good page with everyone except Marlo, and she along with Kenya need to stop their rivalry. I feel like Portia would be a fool to be friends with Kenya. Why the hell would you be friends with her? That girl been jealous of that girl ever since they first got on that show. She don't ever need to be friends with Kenya. Kenya don't need no friends with Jesus. That's all she need. True Wisdom say, I think Marlo is definitely in. It was definitely in Andy's pocket. She got a nice big check to go after Kandi and Kenya. They went after the highest paid. Bingo. Bingo. This is a game they playing, so they don't have to pay those ladies for being on that show and having tenure on that show. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. Say, I'm glad ATL is done, and I'm glad Beverly Hills is ending. Too toxic. Y'all, I haven't watched one episode of Beverly Hills, and everything I hear y'all talk about with that show sounds absolutely ridiculous. I can't. Lala say Marlo is the very fragile glue holding the show together. She can stir up drama, but she can't carry the show by herself. Right. If they gonna keep her there, she needs a wing woman. I feel like Marlo is a wing woman. She can never be the main chick. She gonna always have to be somebody's wing. Yeah, she was a whole church mouse. You heard all of them got another season, but let's see what happened with them contracts. Hell no, I'm not watching Salt Lake City. No. Portia's storyline going to be a big contribution. Yeah, that's not just a big contribution. That's going to be their only thing going that whole season. Like they used her last time with the Bolo. Don D say, I ain't going to lie. Beverly Hills been killing RHOA this season. Garcia makes it better. Yeah, I would rather eat lead paint chips. Nisa say, oh yeah, Kenya would turn on Portia in a second. You know she would, with her miserable, hateful, lying self. Next thing you know, she'll be lying, saying Simon tried to talk to her or something. No. Egypt say, Andy coached her. If you go back and look at part 1, Andy was visiting everybody before they hit the stage. He was telling her what to say when she come out. I believe that. I do. Rita says she was Nene's friend for a long time. She know when to hold and when to fold. She's in it to win it. You really believe Marlo's that smart? Child, bless your heart, because I don't. You say some things not right in the weather. I agree. So how is Kenya so content now? Isn't she still supposed to be married and in a legal struggle with Mark? Fake marriage, period. That part says she's an ether. She'll never be a Lucy. Ever. So I quit Beverly Hills last year. Ain't going back. Plum, thank you so much for the super sticker, boo. Thank you for the support. Lala, what you say? Say, that's so true. You said it exactly right. Sis, Marlo is definitely a wing woman. That's why her and Nene worked so well together at first until she turned on her. Right. True Wisdom say, if Kandi come back, this may be her last season just so she can go out as the longest housewife. Maybe. Did I hear Phelan said Bravo broke up her marriage? No, her sleeping with the help broke up her marriage. Who the hell told her to sleep with that boy and got caught? Cecilia said, I agree with you on that. They use Marlo and Andy has everything to do with it. Thank you. They wanted Marlo to make them ladies, especially Kandi and Kenya, I guess, look bad so people would watch the show. Right. Yeah, she was definitely better as a friend of the show. But I honestly can say, like, I don't believe that Marlo's that smart. I don't think so. And I don't hate her. I don't want to see it in the real. Oh, you hate Marlo. I do not. But I don't think she that smart. Yvette said, I think Kenya is off Kandi now and just wants someone new she likes to go after. That's true. That's true. Okay, Michael Morris says, as much as Nene has been out of the loop from Bravo, something tells me she had her hand in the drama behind the scenes. As crazy as that sounds, Marlo's been used as a pawn by How? How would that make Andy Cohen them give her a peach? How would that make Andy Cohen sit up there and pet her the whole reunion? That don't even make sense. Nene ain't studying them people. Oh, shoot. Plum said hit the super chat. I know that's right. Yeah, weave. Yes. So anyway, let's move on with this dry thing that went on here. So anyway, they went ahead and got on past that. Dry. They went to talking about the fact that Sheree said that the streets was talking about Todd or whatever. Sheree went to digging and pulling at that dry weave instead of explaining why she said what she said about her friend. A viewer criticizes Todd for making Kayla work and Riley has a lavish lifestyle or whatever. And he was like, you know, we from the Bronx and she gonna be working hard and she gonna appreciate that struggle later, blah, 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 whatever. Like, there's no excuse for it. I also feel like I don't know. I feel like, why would anybody be comparing Kayla to Riley? Riley has always had that life. Riley is supposed to always have that life because in reality, Riley's mama made that money. Kayla's mama ain't made that money. Now, I'm not being funny. I'm being real. Now, if Kandi wanted to do for her and her daddy got out the way, that would be one thing. But nobody owes anything to that outside kid. If her daddy want to block Kandi from helping her, then it just kind of is what it is. Michael Morris say, I mean, she's still friends with Marlo and she still has her beef with the ex-castmates. Baby, you so lost. They are not friends like that. Nene even came out and reported on that before Greg died. They not friends like that. Yet say Marlo has used Nene, Kenya, Kandi, Portia to remain in this group of women. Child, Marlo will use anybody. She'll use you if she meets you. Debbie, thank you so much for the $9.99. She says, just a thank you for keeping it real. I appreciate it. Lala, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you guys. That's what's up. I feel loved. I feel so loved. So listen, it was just crazy to me that you know, they keep comparing Kayla to Riley. Like, she's not supposed to have everything Riley has unless that's what her stepmama decided to do for her. If her daddy block it, her daddy block it. I feel like people kind of low-key bring that up as a way to try to blame Kandi. You can't blame her. That's not her kid. That's not her kid. She taking good care of her children. That's quite enough. Okay? Period. So then they showed that Todd done redid the New Jersey condo. They made sure they mentioned Kandi done been up there to stay in the New Jersey condo. Blah, 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 blah. Then they got to, I guess that was Candy's opportunity to plug her show, The Piano Lesson. She said that Samuel L. Jackson is starring in the show. So let's hope it's good. If it's good, I will watch it. You know what I'm saying? That's nice. But then she made sure she let us know that Todd is co-producing on the show. So you still on this lady coattails. Just because you T90, it don't mean you got to ride coattails everywhere you go. You can walk somewhere on your own. You can stand on your own feet. True Wisdom say, and what Marlo said about her and Kandi Circle is true. Marlo knows them Fendi clear people, and Kandi is hip hop. Yeah, you know what? Marlo really didn't lie. She didn't. It didn't sound nice, but I don't think she lied. DH, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. You say you sending love. I'm sending love right back. I appreciate you. Okay. Hey, Sharon Fona. Randall, what you say? Actually, if it was up to Kandi, Kayla would get more financial support. Exactly. But now, Randall, am I being paranoid for thinking that when people keep bringing that stuff up, they're trying to find a way to make it Kandi's fault because it's Kandi's money? Now, that's what I feel. What is the comparison? If okay, this is what I'm saying. If Kandi is willing to do for the girl, but her daddy is the one blocking it, the question, why would the questions not be, hey, Todd, why won't you allow your wife to give more support, hey Brenda, to your daughter, so she don't have to struggle? Why does it have to be the comparison, the constant comparison between Kayla and Riley? And again, I say, I believe in my heart that Andy Cohen is the one writing these quote unquote viewer questions. Okay. Lala say the only reason I would watch The Piano Lesson is because it's a remake of August Wilson's original, The Piano Lesson in August. In Piano Lesson, August Wilson is one of my favorite playwrights. Other than that, I don't know. Okay, gotcha. You must be using Talk to Text, and they put another one in there for you. Debbie, thank you so much for the super chat. Say, I kind of wish you did watch Beverly Hills because you read them all. Those clear people need a good read. Oh, my goodness. Let me pray about it, Debbie. Let me pray about it. Because they get on my nerves. I tried to watch them years ago, and I've tried to go back, here and there periodically, and they just get on my nerves so bad. Randa say, I do think so as well. We have enough we can blame Kandi for, but not this. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. And I truly believe in my heart, Andy wrote them questions because they're trying to villainize her and they're trying to villainize Kenya after making them perpetual victims season after season. Now you need them to be villains, like real live villains, not fan favorites on any level. So that way you can play with their money. Like this is a game. Hey, Delicia. Deborah say, I'm from Pittsburgh and I just can't with August Wilson. Oh, okay. I hear you, sis. I hear you. Lala say they sure did, sis. Talk to Text get me every time. They get you. They be getting me. Y'all know with my accent and the way I speak sometimes, they'll hear a whole word I ain't never even said. They start hearing stuff that I never said at all and putting it in there. Okay. You say, oh, sis, you go in on Beverly Hills. I'm here for it if you can stomach it. I don't y'all think I suffered enough through Atlanta? Don't y'all think I suffered enough through Atlanta? Don't y'all remember y'all tortured me through Queen Sugar? I don't think I could stand no more torture. I gotta pray about it. Brenda say I stopped watching Beverly Hills years ago when they had the witch casted on there. But I started back this season. Let me pray on it. That's all I can promise. Let me pray on it. I can't promise nothing. Okay? At all. But anyway, so, they did that and talked about the show and, he's co-producing and everything. And asked about the remarry comment. And now, you know what? Let me say this. When Kandi first said she would like for Todd not to remarry, I ain't gonna lie. I thought she was crazy. I couldn't make no sense out of that. I'm like, girl, what the hell is you talking about? And so then now this part I actually enjoyed because she made a valid point. And Sheila J, thank you so much for the super chat, boo. Say thanks for reviewing this season. You made it so much better. I appreciate it. Y'all made it better for me because I had people to talk to, and this was like a therapy session. And I needed therapy after watching these dry shows. Lala say, yeah, don't torture yourself, sis. I told you that I'm not going to let that happen again. Not on my watch. Thank you so much. Thank you. Randa say Beverly Hills now has Garcelle and Sheree Zampino. Yeah, not enough to make me torture myself. I'm not a fan of either one of those ladies. Don D say it's funny Todd okay with his daughter struggling and working hard, but he don't. He is a kept woman. That's true. Okay. Mike say, let's be honest. Kandi has been backstabbed by people she trusted. True. First Kim, you say then freaking Frack. I don't know about freaking Frack. Now Marlo over the years. I don't know if Marlo backstabbed her, but definitely Kim Zolciak did. I don't know if Portia Phaedra backstabbed her. I didn't see none of that. Kandi really needs to keep her eyes more wide open with people she trusts. I do agree with that though. Definitely agree with that. But back to this right here. When she was talking about what happened with her grandmama, I felt her. That made perfect sense when she was talking about the fact that, you know, her grandmama got married. The man had, you know, owned everything, or the granddad or whoever, and they got remarried, and the person they remarried got everything. I understand. That made perfect sense. I did not understand where she was coming from until then. At that point, it made a whole lot of sense. Debbie say, pray on it, but I would love for you to read Renner when she tweeted that nobody could talk about Garcelle because they would be racist. I mean, let me pray on it, Debbie. Bed-Stuy BK, thank you so much for the super chat. Bed-Stuy say, here's for your pain and suffering, Shanitra. Thank you for loving your subs and seeing the season through to the end. It was hard, but I couldn't have done it without all of you. I thank y'all so much. So the fact that she put it like that, y'all, it made sense, because I could absolutely see Todd pulling a whole move like that, marrying somebody and allowing that person to take everything that she worked for that's supposed to go to her children and her family. I could definitely see that evil garden gnome pulling that. And he's up there talking about, see, all this time I thought she was saying that because she loved me so much and she was possessive. Possessive of what? She don't have to be possessive of you. You fit in her pocket, sir. You fit in her pocket. Randa say, please pray on it. I would love for you to review it. It would be a good time. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm going to pray. Michael Morris say, yes, honestly, I can't wait for the new Potomac, because the second I saw Giselle's skunk hair confessional, I knew that this going to be good. They along with Salt Lake better bring it. By ATL. I agree. By ATL. I am not watching Salt Lake, not to save my life or yours either. But I will be watching Potomac with Giselle, skunk hair, and all. Listen, I'm looking forward to seeing Giselle. These people bored me so bad on Atlanta that I actually look forward to seeing Giselle. I am excited to see Giselle. That's how bad they bored me. And y'all know I don't do Jizzy. I don't do her. But I really am looking forward to seeing her, because Atlanta has been painful. It's been as painful as an aneurysm. Like, it's been bad. It's really been bad. But so I did like that Kandi kind of, you know, clarified her position on that. Totally dug it. They got to Drew, more dryness, blah, 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 blah. 25 pounds in 3 weeks, mommy makeover, no website, the assistant, Rab's book, the adoption. Like her whole season was just a blah, 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 blah. Rab talking about after he saw the playback, he realized how he was treating his wife and how he wasn't expressing how he loved her. Really, you needed to see a playback to know you was disrespectful, dismissive, gaslighting, and lying. You really needed a playback with that? Did you really? It was a bit much. Lala say, I could see that too. Todd is part of that new breed of men they've been making lately that don't mind being financially taken care of by women. It's so disgusting. It is. So disgusting. So disgusting. Right. And get this. He wants his daughter to struggle while he sit up there and live off a sugar mama. I'm tired. So tired. So then the viewer asked Todd and Aaron what they, you know, why they laughed at Ralph's lie about the assistant. And, you know, basically Aaron was like, it was a laughable moment at that time, you know, when they heard the lie. Todd was actually smart on this one. I wasn't mad with him. And he was like, well, I actually feel whatever Drew feel it. If Drew feel like it was funny, then it was funny. I'm with him on that. But I was also with Aaron keeping it a buck. He was like, I still feel like it's a laughable moment. Okay. Deborah say, no, family. Beverly Hill is worse than ATL. Don't do it, Shanitra. Thank you for keeping it real. Because you see they was finna put me in a trap. Child, can't none of us wait for it. But yeah, I like that. Aaron is very interesting. He's a breath of fresh air. I wish we'd have had more time to see him in action. He's far more pleasant than his wife, you know. Far more pleasant. That's that. And then Kenya said that she wouldn't have wanted, because I guess it was another one of these fake viewer questions that was Andy, with somebody saying, well, Kenya, would you have wanted somebody to stand up for you and go at Mark the way you went at Ralph for Drew, which was fake in my opinion. But she was honest. She was like, well, no, she really wouldn't have wanted nobody doing that to her, because, pull me to the side and say something, but not to go at the husband. She wouldn't have wanted that. But yet you did that to Drew. Okay. Michael Morris said, I want to see more Jesus' bad taste in clothes. Me too. Honestly, I think she's trolling us at this point because, God, this is a new low for her. Worst outfit was definitely first season dress with them bangs. Oh, yes. But, since everybody loved to use the word iconic, Giselle is iconic for her tacky clothes. I had an auntie like that. I loved her dearly. True Wisdom 13 saying, notice how everything out of Todd's mouth is daddy daycare. Yes. So if they ever divorce, he wins custody. Listen, True Wisdom, I've been saying that. That man is setting Kandi up. Everybody want to make up this stuff that Phaedra and Portia did something to her. Bull crap. They want to make up stuff like, Marlo did something to her. Marlo ain't did nothing to you. You talked about her. She talked about you. The person that's finna stab her in between her shoulder blades is Todd. Deborah say Beverly Hills is about to play the reunion. They didn't take the group picture in it and lasted all night. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Evolution 101. I love your name. Say that whole Todd and Marlo moment was uncomfortable. Child, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was so cringeworthy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was too much. Too much. I'm so glad you said it. But then a viewer asked Kenya and Kandi why they pretended to like Drew and taking shots and shading her all the time. First, they both played dumb. And then Kandi actually, said a little something. She did. She pointed out that, that lie that Drew said. Because Drew really wasn't keeping it real about their business. She knows for a fact that she was very, very clearly trying to represent it as her business. Not that she was the face of the business. She represented to the people that it was her business. So I'm glad that Kandi spoke on that and didn't keep that playing dumb stuff. I don't think I shaded her. You did shade that girl. You did. And Kenya did too. And hell, all of them did. Sheree did. Marlo shaded her when they pulled up out front. Remember Marlo talking about, oh, she got that banner from FedEx. Well, Marlo, everybody ain't got the same money you got, baby. Everybody don't have the same money you got. I ain't really like that, but they all shaded Drew. They did. And then showed up at the girl event smiling in her face. But that's neither here nor there. But it's also here and there. Then Sheree, they asked Sheree about her saying the girl looked like a busted can of biscuits. And she said she don't look like that now. And she didn't know about her health issues and stuff. You didn't care to know. You was just saying nasty stuff because you got a cute shape. You know how that goes sometimes. And then Drew gonna stand up talking about I lost weight, and I'm not gonna say the amount because I be getting the math wrong, and say I'll say a range between 15 and 20 pounds. It's possible. It looked like she could have actually lost that or whatever. So then they asked Ralph how he felt about the stuff Sheree was saying, and the man couldn't even answer before Sheree started talking over him and stuff. And now that was cringeworthy too, because what was he supposed to do? He wasn't finna argue with you. He's a whole dude. He can't. Okay. And Sheree was up there being fake, talking about, what did I say? I mean, what did I say? You kept dragging it, like you said, with the gay stuff. And he was like, why are you using that as a slur? Like, Ralph was kind of smart with his comebacks, too. Cecilia say Ralph is truly lying and Drew is covering for her husband. I believe Drew is always acting when the camera is on. Can't wait for Potomac on the 9th. Me either, girl. Me either. Lala say he sure is. Todd has plans for the Billy Goat and her money. If she would have been listening to Mama Joyce, she wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. It's true. I always listen to your mama. Deborah say, and she said she lost 25 pounds. Now it's between 15 and 20. I guess she means 15 to 20 more. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what she said, talking about she be getting the math wrong. Girl, ain't no math. If you get on the scale, you see what the numbers is, and you know what the numbers was before you started. That ain't getting the math wrong, Drew. That's called lying. That's why even when I want to like Drew, I can't. She just, Evolution say Atlanta is not giving me I'm better than you. All the girls are supposed to be grand. That's what the show is all about. Yes, yes, yes. I like Evolution 101. Deborah say Drew had a real good Spanx. She built like a box, and that doesn't change. Tonight she had a waist. That's true, unless she actually did go get some surgery instead of pretending to. Don't die, D. Marie. Come back. I can't take one more person going. Come back right now. And then they brought up the whole Ralph's dildo comment, and Sheree really could never admit that she did too much, and she couldn't admit the fact that she should have left her beef between her and Drew. You know what I'm saying? And she tried to put it on, well, you said what Anthony said, so I said what Anthony said. Okay, once you said it, didn't mean like you needed to drag it the whole season. She drug it the whole season because Sheree ain't got no punchlines, and she wants to be catchy so bad. She wants to be catchy so bad. Like every one of these girls want to make one-liners like Nene, and they can't. Everybody is not that particular girl. Like, be who you actually are. And it was around about that time that Drew hit her with that she not done still. And she over there talking about drop it with who? Whatever. But you still ain't done, and we still talking about you. Ooh, Evolution say Sheree can't commit to a payment. She can't. You listen, I'm with you when you're right. No, Sheree cannot talk under pressure, girl. That's when she starts screaming, that little vein pop out on the side of her head, her eyes start bugging, and then she start talking like this, and it's like, oh hell no, Sheree, what is that, madam? Absolutely not. Then they talked about that private dinner where he had her put on this yellow majorette outfit, and he said that looking back, he should have handled it different. Drew like she triggered him. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Rap talked about the gaslighting playback and made him rethink how he talked to her and blah, 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 blah. Then after that, they went to talking about the book deal and the fact that he didn't even tell that girl that he was writing no book until after he got the publishing deal. Okay. And he was trying to say, like, basically he didn't think Marlo was going to come at him like that, and that about nothing, that everybody would understand his position. And this Negro sat up there and said, it's only 3 reasons why you should be adopted, and it's as if the parent is deceased, the dad don't want to be a part of the life, and the 3rd reason he stalled out and couldn't even say it. And I think that was Kandi. I heard ask him, well, what did you say in the book? And he still couldn't answer. Child, now that's when I hollered. Okay, so now he's saying the book is done, and me and the guys going on a book tour, and it sounds like ain't none of the women know nothing about that. I say, have mercy. So Todd talking about, well, I'm gonna be daddy daycare, and he's gonna be the step parent or whatever, and Aaron is the mentor. And I'm sitting there like, so all y'all gonna act like Ralph and just start doing stuff, talking about it's gonna start in Tampa. I'm tired. I'm tired of all this. It's like they doing too much to try to get something going. And it's not giving what they think is giving. It's not giving what they think is giving. Sheree, the lies. Yeah, them lies. Debbie said, I must have fell asleep because I'm hearing stuff for the first time. Child, me too. Evolution say, even the Watch What Happens live questions are written by Andy. He controls everything. Show do, including them strings in Marlo's back. Mike say, after She by Sheree is gone, she'll be heading back to selling Who Gonna Check Me Boo t-shirts again, and back to sleeping on air mattresses. You think she gonna sell the furniture out the house? She finally got some furniture in there. Hey, Miss Gigi, what's happening? Lala says, when the vein gets to popping, the IQ starts dropping. Even further, poor Sheree. Lala, take 30 seconds and think about that. Well, girl, we don't have enough time to wait for Drew to get it together. Maybe by next season, if they bring her little lion tail back, maybe by next season she'll get it together. But yeah, Todd is definitely dragging that daddy daycare crap. Remember, he did that on social media. Daddy daycare. I'm tired of being daddy daycare. Kandi better watch that Negro, because he is setting her up to try to get her kids where he can get child support off her. He want to check off her because that man does not know how to earn his own money. Okay, use a time clock type of dude, and I'm going to need you to own up to that. You ain't no mogul. Because if you were, you would have had businesses before you went and latched on to that girl money like a freaking leech. I don't like him. Say not 30 seconds on truths. It's true, but the way she said it, Debbie, you got to admit she wrong. She ain't had to say it like that now. When the vein gets to popping, the IQ starts dropping. I'm through. I give up. So then they got to this whole Marlo and Kandi moment. And you could tell that they thought this was going to be their gotcha moment. This was going to be the fireworks, the 4th of July, New Year's Eve. It was going to be Chinese New Year. It was going to be everything all rolled up into one, like just boom, boom, pow, pow, crackle, pop, everything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, girl. Ralph couldn't remember nothing. So they went to talking about Marlo's comments and the whole comments and about she don't help nobody and the argument. And it was so funny that they did all of that. They brought up the country and lame thing. Kandi apologized to Michelle Obama. That was cute. And then Marlo was like, I was wrong. I was just talking. Shouldn't have said none of that. I'm so sorry that I said that to you. And it was like just that quick. It was over. Just like that, it was over. Like whatever moment they thought it was about to be, no moment. Done. Dead. Evolution 101 said there's a lot of women around Todd while she's taping this and producing that. Mama Joy spoke of Carmen in the beginning. She did. So that happened or whatever. And like I said, that took the winds out of that, really took the wind out the sails. They asked her about Sheree, and Sheree was saying like, oh, I used to be a good friend to her. So Kandi didn't come tell me what was said. She went talking to other people. And I always tell Kandi when I hear something about her. And Kandi was like, girl, it was times you didn't tell me nothing when people was talking about me. And she brought up the exact same incident that some of us was talking about. When that mess went on with Kim Zolciak, funky behind, talking about Kandi wanted to put her mouth on her. Like, that was so disgusting. Have mercy, that was disgusting. I was so mad, I didn't know what to do about that. And Sheree absolutely did not look out for Kandi and say, girl, this is what this heifer saying about you. She didn't. Sheree is so full of crap. So full of crap. Like, how could you even lie like that? Oh, I always tell you. And then when they point out when you did, I mean, well, I didn't then. Well, I usually tell you. Ain't no usually. You just got through saying all the time. Like, mind you, I might not do Kandi like that, but Sheree need to stop lying. I'm sick of her. Sick of her. Debbie say he talking about daddy daycare, but before Riley left for college, she was taking care of Ace. That's why Ace was so upset. Exactly. Lying sells. Remember, Riley was like, y'all ain't never here. Y'all don't have time for no more children. But now all of a sudden he daddy daycare. Yeah, Kandi is a grudge holder, Evelyn. That's true. That's true. But Sheree full of crap too. Sheree's a liar. She do not always tell Kandi what's being said. Hell, she didn't go tell Kandi that Marlo said that her coochie was bad. We didn't hear that. And instead, we heard her saying amen. I know I heard her in the amen corner. Deborah say Ace really was brokenhearted. Uh-huh. Poor little fella. Because the mama and the daddy was too busy running the street and leaving the baby there with his big sister. Did that. If anything, Todd mad because she didn't make Riley stay behind to watch that baby. Mm-hmm. Brenda say, do you think Kim Z has something on Sheree because she blindly supported her? I don't know. That I never had that feeling, Brenda. I just felt like Sheree is a bootlicker. I just feel like that. I feel like Sheree is a bootlicker and she was way too happy to be around that clear woman. Now, that's really what I think. Lala said exactly. Sheree is always going to bed for the clear chaos. Mm-hmm. The clear chaos bandit Kim. But you don't want to stick up for anybody else. Make it make sense. Mm-hmm. Sheree is a whole snake. She carry bones only when it's convenient and to get a name and place on the show. Mm-hmm. That's right, y'all. Like this video. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Deborah say Kim told Sheree she was pretty, and that's all she needed to hear. That ain't all she said. Remember, they talking about, I remember something to the effect of Kim trying to tell her, oh, you look like me, like you the black version of me. And she was so tickled for a clear woman to be saying that y'all favor each other. Like, oh, you look like a clear woman, you just got dark skin. That's the way I took that. Sheree loved that Kim was kept. I think she loved that Kim was clear. Boot liquor. Deborah say talking about she's the OG. Yeah, she the old something. Now that's what I got from that. But Sheree was full of crap on that one, talking about she was a good friend to Kandi to the end. You wasn't no good friend to that girl to the end. Sheree ain't no good friend to nobody, not even herself. Okay? And we don't get to see her around her kids enough to know if she good with them. At all. But I just felt like Sheree was really dragging it, and she need to stop lying. And they asked Todd about being how did he feel about being below Candace's tax bracket, and he's like, well, everybody up here is below her tax bracket. And Marlo was like, not Andy. And that was the end of that. Marlo apologized to Rel, so I guess she did her apology to her. Then Marlo asked Todd, you said I paid to be on the show. How much I paid to be on the show? Baby, did y'all see how quick Todd walked that lie back? And all he could come up with, well, you did. You was a little dehydrated. And she was like, I remember I went and showed up with all my Birkins. Talking about, no, you was dehydrated. She still showed up with all her Birkins. And at that time, Todd, you was working. Talking about, I was behind the scenes. You were. But you wasn't no big producer like that, baby. From what I heard, you couldn't have even bought a girl a Birkin. And she had a few of them. Now, let's go ahead and call it what it is. Hey, Sean Tillman. So it come down to, because Andy confirmed that she bought her ticket, not her room. She paid for her ticket. All that said to me was she had the money to buy the ticket. That's all it said to me. She wanted to hang out. They said she could hang out, and she bought the ticket. That is not paying your way onto a show. And the fact that Andy confirmed it, did y'all see how quick Todd got quiet after that? And then he want to finally deny that you call that girl country. They said country bumpkin. I wanted him to address country and lame. Who the hell do you think you ought to call somebody country and lame? And the fact that you let her find out from Marlo during a taping, and you wait all the way to now to deny that you said it. You were supposed to deny that night. You half-grown hooligan. How dare you? I never called my wife a country bumpkin. And the look on Candy's face is she don't even believe that was the truth. Disrespect for self. He gets on my nerves, y'all. I'm sorry. He raises my blood pressure. Raises my blood pressure. Lala say, yes, Kim and Sheree was sitting there acting like twins, thinking they were Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. It was so weird. It was. What was even weird was the grin on Sheree's face, like she thought she had really, arrived because a clear woman said they looked alike. Don D say, and she got her money back in the friend of check. Right. But it was just so funny. That lie got ate up real fast, and they confirmed that the girl paid for a plane ticket. Really, Todd? A plane ticket? Are you serious? A plane ticket? Tacky. And then after Andy confirmed it was just a plane ticket, we heard crickets from that half-grown hooligan. Yeah, he had nothing else to say after that. Just like, that's why I'm telling y'all, they was working with her. They was prepared. They were prepared. That's why Marlo was like, and how much did I pay to get on this show? Evolution 101 say definitely not a Carlos King like she would like him to be. Right. Absolutely not. You right. Evelyn say Todd came with the rehearsed reads. I was cringing. Baby, them reads was rehearsed and they was as dry as he claimed she was. Talking about she was dehydrated. Them reads was dehydrated just like your beard. That's what was dehydrated. Just add water, Todd. Just add water. So anyway, then Marlo basically was explaining like we just not in the same circles. Like I could get into places you couldn't, and when it come to music, you could get into places that I couldn't. And they was trying to pretend like that was just so, unheard of. It's not unheard of. It actually makes sense. Okay. Lord Yvette say half-grown hooligans. Now that's a good name for the little group. Yes, or little group. The little group. That's a good name too. Lala say, I told y'all before, Todd gives me craft service table energy. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to talk to Marlo before and she turned him down because the energy he was giving was a bit much. It was. I would hope he wouldn't have never had the nerve to say nothing to Marlo when he know his pockets was on flats. I hope he never had the nerve. And then Andy mentioned the Jamaican KFC. And then Kandi explained why she got over it. That the comments was against Todd, and Todd was over it, and she was the only one mad. Todd was over it because he knew Marlo told the truth. You were still mad because Marlo told you something about your man that you didn't know. Okay. And then Kenya tried to jump in, but it didn't work out because Marlo was like, Kandi, no, I'm not no bad person, but I'm going to stop saying sorry and just change my actions or whatever. And before they left, Aaron ended with a joke. He was very charming. He says, real quick, don't F with my wife. I thought that was adorable. It was cute. It was a cute ending to an otherwise boring, dry, and torturous reunion. Now, I don't know how. I don't know why. But y'all, we made it. We made it. Y'all need to put that in the chat. Just everybody type we made it. I feel like this is the end of like of a revival or something. Like we need to just type we made it because we made it. I feel like we need inspirational music. We need to stand up in the aisles and wave your hands in the sky. We need to go and touch your neighbor and say, tell your neighbor, everybody reach and tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, neighbor, we made it. Okay. Ivy life coach say barely. Yes, girl, barely, but we made it. We made it, honey. We came up the rough side of the mountain, but we made it. Don D say, I don't know why they were shocked about what Marlo said. Anything you date a billionaire, I'm sure she been places Kandi can't go. Right, but it was like they was upset because she told the truth. Okay? Yes, we made it. We made it. Yes, we made it. Needs to say glory. Listen. Oh God, I don't know if we can make it another season, but we made it through this season. I love it. I love it. We made it. Y'all, this was rough. This was rough right there. Auntie Eva talking about we need to sing that song. Well, you sang it in your house, wherever you at. We made it, we made it, we made it. Sean Tillman say, neighbor, we made it. I know that's right, Sean. You better tell them we made it. Only because of this channel. We made it, y'all. This was rough. I'll put the StreamYard link in the chat because I definitely want to hear any opinions y'all got. If you got any, I know it might be hard to come up with an opinion because this season was dry. The reunion was drier. We managed to find water in the middle of a dry land, honey. We made it. Dana Cutler, hey girl. D. Marie, what you say? On the Beverly Hills? On the what? I just survived this. Okay, I still have PTSD from this. We sat here, and all season we watched Marlo jump through hoops for them Clip people. We watched Sheree BS us about a fashion show that came with bad clothing, and in the end didn't even use that. It was Sheen. We dealt with her fake storyline with Lyrone. Then came Apollo looking like looking like that thing from Street Fighter. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Then we had, Kandi, and the only thing interesting was talking about her will after she died. We saw Drew lie through the whole season. Sheree brought in a witch named Fat Toon that was smoking her coochie. Like, we survived some stuff this season. We did. Lala said, I tell you all the time, sis, you the real MVP for this. I feel like Marvin Sapp never would have made it without you. But we made it, y'all. We here. Evolution say, remember the last episode when Kenya said everyone watched their man? That was the true Kenya. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But at least she said it. She was being honest for once in her life. Cecilia say, enjoyed the review. So glad it's over, guys. Good night, all. Yes. Sean Tillman say this reunion could have been one 90-minute episode. Sean, that's what I've been saying from the beginning. And y'all don't forget, we did watch Boring Kandi for another season, but we also had to sit through Sonya try to fake a beef with Drew Sidora. And she forgot to talk it over with Drew so Drew could play into it with her. Drew like to do some bad acting here and there. She should have just talked it over with Drew instead of trying to fake a beef and then leaving Drew out of it and not giving her lines. We sat through all of those things, all of them, and it was absolutely painful. It was. Evelyn say Kenya had no screen time this episode. She had the nerve to cry about the seating arrangement. Right. If you'd have sat close to Andy, what was you gonna do when you got there? What was you gonna do when you got there? Child, she shouldn't have said nothing about the seating arrangement because she didn't say nothing. She tried to jump in one time when Marlo and Kandi was talking, and nobody paid her any attention, not even Kandi. True wisdom say, Shanitra, you could review the telephone book and I would listen. Ah, that's so sweet. Thank you. Listen, y'all know I like to talk, so I just be talking, but like on the real, this was a lot. And like right now, my mind is on Potomac. I want to see what's going to happen with that. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, my mind was over this whole season, like halfway through. I was over it. And now that Potomac is coming on the 9th, I just feel like I can't wait. Like, that's all I'm waiting for is Potomac at this point. Debbie says Kenya shouldn't have been on any couch. She shouldn't have, because she didn't give us nothing. Kenya gave us absolutely nothing. To be honest, I was disappointed in her, if I'm going to be honest. Now, I know Kenya plays off other people's energy, but if I'm going to be real, I thought Kenya would have given us a little bit more this season, and she didn't. I thought she would have given us a little bit more. Lala say we had to sit through Sonya and her bad accent. Yes, the buck. Okay, her bad acting and bad attitude, just all around bad energy. We deserve one of her medals, or should I say participation trophies. Yes. That's what I want, is some Potomac. Because this, let me tell you something. I can tell that I'm going to get my whole life behind Giselle pretending that Chris Bassett wanted to creep with her. That's going to give me my whole life. That's going to give me everything I need. Deep down on the inside, it's going to give me everything I need. I can't wait. So anyway, y'all, if y'all ain't got no more comments, I ain't got no more on it. Listen, all I can say is I'm glad it's over. You know, all of y'all who hit the like button, I appreciate you so much. If y'all ain't hit that like button already, please hit the like button on the way out. Please, please, please. You ready for Potomac? Girl, we are all ready. I think we have all had it with these people. I think that's a safe assumption. Debbie said I started watching you on someone else's show when you read Potomac, and I've been on your channel ever since. That's so sweet. Oh, yes, Ivy Life Coach. That's what she said. It was brown. Ew. I hope she never says that again. But I can't wait to hear this thing play out. I want to hear how Giselle is going to justify saying something that vile about somebody's husband. That's what I'm waiting for. How's she going to justify this one? We know that Giselle is a vile woman, but I want to see just how she going to justify this. Debbie said, I was so glad you started your own review because you outshine them. Oh, that's sweet. Deborah say Kenya is born on her own, and this season shows it. 6 of them, and not a personality between them. Not one. It's too much. But that's all right, y'all. We survived it. At the very least, we ain't got to see them no more for at least another season. So we got a whole season of a good show before we have to see them again. Before we have to deal with it ever again. Brenda said Drew is on Speak On It, and she said that Sonya informed her the producers told her to come for Drew. Oh, Sonya said the producers told her to do it. It might be true. Y'all know the producers is trifling now. Bianca say, listen, I'm so ready to see Karen that I don't know what to do. Night, y'all. I know that's right. Well, listen, we finna get up out of here because we was on here last night for 6 hours shooting the breeze. That's right, Nisi. We made it. Everybody should reach around, pat yourselves on the back. Okay? So I think Potomac ladies should negotiate a pay raise because these RHOA ladies didn't deserve that check. I think they should get half of their checks. Half of their checks should go to Potomac because, like, a lot of us only survived this because we had Potomac to look forward to. So they definitely owe them a percentage. But listen, y'all, that's all I got. I ain't got nothing else on it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you to everybody who supported. Like, y'all rock out loud. Okay. And please, if you didn't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit the like button. It is definitely free. The notification bell is also free. Please hit that. Make sure you hit all, click all, so you'll know every time we go live on this channel. And last but not least, make sure that you subscribe. If you watching, you listening, you laughing, you chuckling, and you ain't subscribed, if your subscribe button is red, make sure you click it, because that means you're not. And if you are already subscribed or you think so, double check, because sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you, especially if you watching a Black content creator. So please, y'all, hit the like button, engage. If you're watching on replay, make sure you leave me a comment in the replay section. I read each and every comment. I promise you that. I appreciate y'all so much. And remember, if you need your dream journals or your Bible study notes, they're available on Amazon. All you got to do is type in my first name and they will both come up. And remember, if no one else tells you today, God loves you, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later, okay? Bye, y'all.